enterprise resource planning is what we call as an ERP in general terms, or in business terms. An ERP is called enterprise resource planning. So what happens in an enterprise resource planning, or what exactly is an enterprise resource planning? Enterprise resource planning is nothing but a general software which is being used by organizations or businesses to record their day-to-day business activities. So if I would say that it is a software that is used by organizations which is used for recording day-to-day business activities, so then comes the point, what are the day-to-day business activities? What kind of activities we have in business normally? Whenever a business operates, we have a lot of activities, like we see the finance activities on one side, see the accounting activities. Whenever the
Yeah.
cash moves, uh, was somebody join? Okay, not at my call. Well, let me add this guy. Sorry. The definition in the meanwhile. So we'll see here. ERP is a software that is used for recording day-to-day activities of business. The day-to-day activities of business are combined, or have the business does have a lot of activities on a daily basis. So it can be accounting activities, the movement of funds for various things, maybe for purchase of something, for expenses, so for revenues that are flowing into the company, buying of goods, selling of goods, everything involves cash and accounting entries. So for each and every business activity that we do, which it will definitely involve a transaction or a monetary transaction that we will record as an accounting entry. So keeping the accounting entries aside, there are other business activities as well. So whenever we buy goods, we will get the inventory inside the company. So management of inventory is also an activity. And whenever we sell goods, inventory will be sent out of the company. I'm just muting you. Okay. Thank you. And whenever we sell goods, with the goods movement will be sent out of the company, or the inventory will be moved out, or the finished goods will be moving out, as well as the marketing activities or any other offers or campaigns that you will run will be recorded in retail module. As well, parallelly, we will also have production activities. Every business, or some companies will have service sector business, other will be manufacturing industries, wherein they will work on production of goods. So they will combine the raw material or run the machinery to produce some outcome of goods which they will pack and sell. That's the major agenda of businesses: buying goods and selling goods, or buying some goods and preparing some products and selling them on their brand name, or providing some services if it is a service sector company like a hospital or any other service sector company. A software company, they would provide some services, or software does have some products by designing of software and all. So it depends on the nature of the business again. So all these activities are combinedly called as business activities. So they can be categorized into multiple categories, like accounting and activities, inventory activities, or procurement activities which are related to purchases, selling activities which are related to sales, then production activities related to manufacturing of goods and all. So all these will combinedly called as business activities. So an ERP does help the business to record these transactions in to keep a record of all these activities that happen in business on daily basis. So whenever an expense is met, the expense transaction is noted down in the finance module. Whenever inventory movement is done from one place to another place, inventory movement transactions will be recorded in supply chain modules, or the inventory management module. In the same way, if some sales is done, it will be recorded in accounts receivable module or sales and marketing module, wherever it has to be recorded. In the same way, if production has to be done, it will be recorded in the production module. How the production starts, step 1, step 2, step 3, and how goods are manufactured, how many of them are being manufactured on daily basis. And then we also have human resource activities, which I forgot to explain in previously. In every company or business, you have people working, which who are called as human resources, what we call in business, HR. These employees will be also there are also activities involved with employees. In employees does have expenses, you have to pay payroll expenses for the employees. Again, you have the leave calculation times and the compensation management. So all these activities are involved into HR module. So ERP is a complete package of all these modules or areas where you can save the data or record your day-to-day activities. So this happened today on so and so particular day. This is the activity that happened. So it will provide you a source or place to record the transaction accordingly, depending upon the nature of the transaction or nature of the activity that happens in the business. That's the whole meaning of ERP and various activities that are done on ERP. Does anybody have any confusion in this? Understood? If you have, you can put up the point. Okay, I'll take that silence as no. We'll continue towards the next discussion. So ERP is what we have understood now. So there are a lot of ERPs in the market already. So Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and operations is also an ERP. It's a complete package of various modules that are available for recording of day-to-day activities of business. It is being used by medium and large scale sectors in various industries again. So in manufacturing as well as service sector industries, as well as banking and investment industries are also these days using Microsoft Dynamics. So along with Microsoft Dynamics, what are the popular ERPs that are available in the market? So we will see. So one of them is SAP. We all know SAP is an ERP. And does anybody have any idea about anything else other than SAP and Microsoft?
Workday.
Workday. Yeah, Workday is a kind of ERP as well.
Finacle.
Finacle by Oracle. Yes. Finacle or Oracle. So both of them are ERPs, as well as in small scale sectors. Most of them also use Tally and Advanced Tally. Those are also fall into ERP. As well, MS Dynamics is what we are discussing today. Microsoft Dynamics 365 is also an ERP. So why few of them are popular and how they can be called as popular? How can a ERP or any other product in the market is called as popular product or popular person or popular thing? Because most of them use it. They have good market capturing or they have good customer base and good recommendation in the market, so such that they are called as popular ERPs in the market. So coming to the popular ERPs or the available ERPs in the market, so as SAP is the major market capture from the beginning, since it is the one which started the ERP from the beginning, or a standard ERP that would be recognized around the world or that supports the worldwide gaps, or what we say the generally accepted accounting principles, or the various business needs of different businesses around the world. So SAP have understood that and developed it initially. So they have good market capture since from the beginning. The only lack of SAP is that they don't have the cloud-based data management system, which is now they have developed the cloud-based data management system in HANA as well. So forget about SAP, and Oracle is also one of the popular ERPs in the market. Coming to Microsoft Dynamics does have good capture of market. It's one of the top ERPs now, which is being preferred by the customers around the world, and most of them who are using SAP and Oracle are now shifting to Microsoft Dynamics as well, because of the cost efficiency as well as user-friendly design of the system in the Microsoft Dynamics. As well, we have efficient support from Microsoft comparing to other ERPs, and then it's easy to customize and design according to the need of the business, or if the business wanted to have a particular design, you can change the features from one place to another place accordingly in Microsoft Dynamics, which is not that easy in other ERPs. Cannot say that it is the best in the market for now, but it is very growing And Nav does have good capture of market and is looking for in Microsoft Dynamics from past 2 years. There is a rapid growth. There is more than 100% growth about the customers that are being used in Dynamics, and there are a lot of companies that have started Nav with the projects of Microsoft Dynamics, for because of which we have lot of market opportunities or job opportunities now in market. So for SAP, suppose if you have 50 opportunities in the market, there were almost 100 consultants who are applying for it, or more than 100 for 50 jobs. Whereas coming to Dynamics, there are only less less people applying for the jobs comparing to the number of jobs available in the market. For now, in the current market position is like that. So I can say that most of you will get an opportunity for an interview, or a lot of opportunities for interviews after 2 months also, or 3 months also after completion of course. And you can attend for the interviews and get into the job as soon as possible. So that's my point of the explanation actually. So there are market opportunities in Dynamics as well now. And now let us talk about how the Dynamics evolved, or what is the where are the different countries that have the market capture for Dynamics, and different different businesses that use Dynamics. So as I previously said, there are multiple businesses like manufacturing, service sector, as well as other banking and investment sectors are also using Dynamics. Coming to the history of Dynamics, I'll take you to the Wikipedia page of Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. So this is a small wiki page wherein we have dates and releases. So I'll walk you through. Uh, Firstly, it was in 1998 on the name of Accepta. It's not under Microsoft then at that time. It was developed by IBM and some Danish Damgard data company. So both of them handled it initially. Later, the Accepta had partnership with Navision, or merged with Navision, something called as Navision Software. Later, Microsoft acquired Navision Software in 2002, and from then this became a software, or this ERP became a product of Microsoft from 2002. So, and from 2002, since 2006, there is another version. In 2008, Microsoft released its first developed version of Accepta as AX 2019. AX as or as called as Accepta. It's short name called as AX. So it was named as Microsoft AX 2009. Previously, it was called Microsoft AX 4.0, 4.0. Later, it was called as Microsoft Dynamics 2009, released from 2008. After that, in 2011, there was a new version again released as Microsoft Dynamics Accepta 2012, which was then started market capture. With 2012, there was a huge market capture. So from 2016, they have released a web version called Microsoft Dynamics AX. Later, from 2017, this Microsoft Dynamics 365 was released. Lately, from 2017 ending, the Dynamics 365 was released, and now it have took up a lot of versions, and currently the market is using Dynamics 19 version actually. 19 means from 1 to there were 19 upgrades until now. There were a lot of bugs that were fixed and new features that are being continuously added. There is also 20 and 21 that will be available from the next month. So this is the history of Dynamics. Since here somebody is here, it is started. Okay. Yeah, it is started. You can just go through it. Just started. We'll refresh the session once again. No problem. Did he join or just talking like that? So let me go back here. Just add him. So I've been calling him from the starting, but he's didn't join. Let me add him once again. Srihari raised his hand. Srihari, do you have any doubt? Fine. If you have any doubt, just post it in the group, or screen is not visible. Oh, is it visible enough? Does anybody have any problem with the screen share? I'm on the Wikipedia page yet.
The screen is visible.
Okay. So anyway, I am recording the session. So if it is not visible, if I'm audible, follow it. And if the once recording is done, you can follow through the recording. No problem. There might be data connection issues with anyone. So let me start it from here 2012, which is called as Microsoft Dynamics AX 2012. From here, Satya Nadella joined Microsoft lately in between these years, and from then there was a lot of investment and done on Microsoft AX to develop this, and later the Microsoft Dynamics 365 is brought in. So they have gone through the world needs, what is the different countries accounting systems and the gap principles that are followed, and they have designed a product again, I mean developed the AX 2012 into Microsoft Dynamics web version, which is then suitable for a lot of market needs, and people from different countries have started adopting Dynamics. Lately, screen is not visible. Oh, somebody said screen is not visible. I've been calling him. Sorry. So from 2012 again, there was a lot of investment and world's needs were identified, and then a new product was developed, and now it is a complete package of lot of modules which are really useful or being used around the world. Again, there are certain features that change from country to country in Dynamics as well. It's a selection of country. I mean, we will discuss that again in the third class that we would start from here. What are the various features that would change from country to country, or different features available that are related to various countries? Because in India we use different tax system comparatively. In US and UK they will use different tax system. We have GST and TDS. They again have federal taxes and state taxes and different pattern of taxation. So it differs from country to country. We'll see all the differences and configurations lately. And so that's the history of Microsoft Dynamics, how it evolved and how it was developed. I'll share you this if you want. With just pasted this Wikipedia link, you can go through it. Then coming back to the discussion, so we have discussed about VRPs available in the market, and then the next concept would, I'll just write down the names. Actually AX 2009 was prominent in the market, later AX 2012, and now it is Microsoft Dynamics 365. In between, for few months, there was something called as a Microsoft Dynamics 7.0 version. Let's leave it. There was less market capture for that, and lately it was introduced. What changed from here to here is, here it was on-premises environment. The data centers used to be on-premises within the office. Now Microsoft Dynamics 365, once it was developed, it is into cloud directly. So the data is maintained in cloud centers, which are handled by Microsoft. So if you have any issues with the data, Sandeep is saying, okay. If you have any issues with the data, Microsoft will fix them. If because the data will be shared with the data will be with the Microsoft data centers only. So Microsoft does have access to your data, and if you have any issues with your data, Microsoft will correct that lately if you raise a support request to Microsoft. So that's with Dynamics, how it operates and in the back end. Next, we will discuss about the various business, various companies that use Microsoft. So which companies are using this Dynamics 365? What are the companies that in the market that are using Microsoft Dynamics 365? So first and major one, you have Microsoft, is the whole and soul, which is the license holder of Microsoft Dynamics 365. If anybody want Microsoft Dynamics, they have to buy the license from Microsoft directly, or they have to buy the environment license from Dynamics, and later they will configure it according to their business need. So we have Microsoft. Lately we have some consultancy partners, what we call. Sandeep Saideep is. Sorry for that. Ignore it. Consultancy partners we have in between. Later we have clients. So in between we might also have multiple partners. You can say multiple partners. So how does this business scenarios work in here? I will see now. So client is a person who is having a business. Suppose I have a business. I have a business called Tata Steel, suppose normally. So now I want to uh, install Microsoft Dynamics for my business sake. To record my business activities, I want to buy license from Microsoft and then get the tool installed or designed it according to my business need, and then want to record the day-to-day business activities in Microsoft Dynamics. So in this case, what I will do is if I want to install Dynamics in my company, I can hire a separate team for Dynamics or a separate unit of 10 or 15 consultants who can implement Dynamics for me. I'll buy a license from Microsoft as a client. I'll buy from my license, and then I'll hand over it to my technical team that I will recruit and that recruit and the make them ready for this purpose of implementation of Dynamics for my business. So you can also get a chance here in this team. If client does have his own team, then you can get a chance in this team. Sometimes what clients will do is they will rely upon some partners. So these partners in market there are a lot of partners like Infosys, Accenture. So else we have Mindtree, we have Cognizant Technologies, then we have TCS, we have Tech Mahindra, we have everyone now is involved in this. We have TechM, we have Deloitte, EY, PwC, KPMG, everyone is doing Microsoft project now. So all these are all big heads in market. All these companies are big heads in the finance market as well as in the development market. Then we also have a lot of small consultancies as well, medium scale consultancies and small consultancies as well. And Microsoft does have some partners, so they will allocate some projects to those consultancies or partners in between. So what happens is, being a client, I'll approach to one of these people or one of these companies that they want to implement me some project. So once they will talk to few of them and go with the cost efficiency factors and everything, and once they will finalize the project with one of them, they will start working with them. And these companies, one of them will start implementing this Microsoft Dynamics for this client. So initially, client have the chance to build up with his own team. If client don't want to take risk by building up his own team, he will directly go for any other company who are already working with Microsoft projects. They will form an internal team for this particular client, and they will implement that project for this client, one of these companies. So you can also join as a consultant in one of these companies for implementing or for support purpose. So we will discuss about what is implementation, support, and job opportunities later. So these are the various companies or market opportunities we have in Dynamics. So again, in Microsoft, as a beginner, it's not easy to go into Microsoft. But lately, once after you acquire some knowledge, you can go into Microsoft or you can work in any of these companies, or you can also directly work in a client place. Now in the current project that I am working in, I am working in a client's internal team. So client has framed their internal team, and they have their business now. It's a multiple phase project. So I'm in this particular team. So previously I have worked in one of these projects, one of these consultancy partners for a Microsoft support project. Actually, we'll understand what is a support project and implementation project next topic. So these are the various companies in the market that are using. Clients can be multiple. So cement manufacturing companies as well as we say hospitals. Most of the hospitals are now using Dynamics. As well, we have retail sector companies are also opting for Microsoft Dynamics because of its well-designed features and integrations available to integrate with different banking banking choices, because we have all the retail companies work with banking sector only, because if for every payment they rely upon any integration like Google Pays, Phone Pay, or any other bank transaction with cards. Amazon and Flipkart does receive payments through online payments only, right? So the kind of integration that most of now opting for Microsoft Dynamics, the retail sectors also. So these are the various companies we have. Next, we will discuss about the various job opportunities. So before that, do you have any doubts until here within any of these points that we discussed until?
No.
No? Okay. If you do have any doubts, you can ask now, or you can also ask at the end of the course, or you can write it down in the chat box. No problem. Now let us see about the job structure, or job structure or the project structure, what we have or what we have to do in the job. Normally in Microsoft Dynamics projects, you will have different job roles. So most important one is functional consultant. Functional consultant is someone who deals with the configurations of the system to design the already existing configurations, or also work with the customizations design. A functional consultant does have good knowledge on configurations as well as the process activities. So in order to record a transaction, we should have accounts to be configured in the system, as well as currencies configured in the system, calendars configured in the system according to the company's need. So all these configurations are done by functional consultants only. And the process activities to post a transaction, once it is posted, with where it is being posted, and to create any purchase orders or invoices, how they are being created, how to create them, and once they create them, what are the finance impacts as well as the inventory impacts, how to check them. So all this knowledge will be within the is in the financial functional consultant. So once we learn this course, we will be called as a functional consultant only. So we are all heading for the functional consultant role. So there is also other thing called as technical consultant. What does technical consultant do is, technical consultants are more into technical part, development of tool, or writing a code, or debugging, or fixing the issues, or developing any new feature that the client wants. So all these things will be dealt by technical consultants. So finance functional consultant or normal functional consultants, uh, there no need to have any technical knowledge of coding or anything. You just have to understand some good accounting concepts and understand the configurations, how each configuration work, when we enable or disable it, how the system functions or software functions or dynamics function according to those configurations that you have to understand. Technical consultant does work with the design of the system, development as well as debugging, developing the codes, or fixing some data corruption issues. So that will be dealt by technical consultants. So in this course, we will learn for functional consultant role. So in this functional consultant, again, you have certain roles as implementation consultant who work in an implementation project. We also have support consultant who work for a support project, then testing consultant who work with testing projects. So it again depends on the which project you join. So what is implementation, what is support, what is testing, we'll see it in the next class. So I'll just give you a usual overview. Implementation is something where they'll start from the scratch and design the system or configure the system according to the needs of the client. However, the client business is there, what are the different companies client have in this organization, we will design or implement the system accordingly. Then coming to support, since support projects generally already implemented systems they will support. So they will all clients does have already implemented, and they will be recording the day-to-day activities in the business. If they have any issues or problems in their normal routine business transactions, so that they will raise queries to the support consultant, and support consultants will look into fixing those issues, the functional issues of support. There are also technical support consultants who will look into debugging of the issues or looking at technical issues. So normal functional issues will be dealt by finance functional consultant or normal functional support consultant. So testing is a part where in implementation projects we have separately testing. So normal standard testing as well as development testing. If there is something is customized, there are testing consultants who work with the testing, write the test cases or test the test cases and find out if there are any bugs in that and escalate them to get them fixed and all. So that will be done by testing consultant. We will discuss more about the roles and responsibilities of each functional consultant lately after the next class. So these are the various job structures we have in Dynamics: functional consultant as well as technical consultants. So there will be categories again: senior functional consultants, depending upon the seniority and the knowledge, multiple number of projects they have worked in. So there will be business analyst, system architectures, different roles. But your target is for one of these roles in function as being a functional consultant, either in implementation or support or testing. So once you learn the course now completely and practice it well, you can be into the job of functional consultant and you can deal it yourself. So scenarios will vary from one company to another company, or business process will vary from one company to another company. Support process and implementation also vary. But once you get in, if you adopt to the process quickly, then you can easily get in. So since it's a standard tool and you have to work on the same tool, you don't have any trouble. You will learn the tool and you will work on that. It just differs. The nature of the work will differ from project to project and company to company slightly. But at the end, you have to work on the same tool. That's with job structures. And do you have any confusion until in here in this job structures, or do you have any questions or doubts?
I have one question.
Okay, can you be a bit loud?
I have one question about testing in functional consultant role. Actually,
Okay.
I'm just kind of
Okay.
wondering what exactly it is.
Okay. Testing and support. You have confusion in these two?
I understand implementation and support, but I'm trying to understand the testing aspect. Yeah.
Testing is normally a part of implementation. So generally when you implement something, you have to test it before you submit it to the client. If you are designing a system or configuring the system, firstly you have to test that if it is working properly or not. So that's what a testing consultant do. Most of the times testing consultants also work on customized tools. Sometimes other than the standard features that are available in Dynamics, clients would seek for something according to their design, or they will ask some customizations to customize the tool according to them. So this testing consultant, what they will do, they will work on those customized areas and write down the test cases, how it is working, how the development is working, results are accurate or not. If the results are not accurate, they will again escalate it to the developer team and get it resolved. Later, once it is fixed, they will again test and ensure that it is working efficiently or perfectly according to the design. That's what the testing consultants do.
So this is mostly related to implementation part and doesn't really affect
No,
the supporting part.
it is mostly into implementation only. Most of the companies have testing as within implementation itself, but some of the projects does have testing teams separately. Just they will keep them separately. There is a project methodology called as agile methodology. In agile methodology, what happens is nobody will have contact or doesn't coordinate. So they individually work on their given tasks. Implementation team will work on their tasks. Testing team will work on their tasks. Individually they will work. They don't have any communication or contacts. In normally few bigger companies or big projects will follow agile methodology. There is another methodology also which is called waterfall methodology, two-step methodology, where all the people in the team or consultants will combine and work together, understand each other's work and combine and collaborate and work with for a good result. So in certain agile methodology projects you have testing separately other out of implementation. Normally in other projects you have testing inside the implementation itself. Okay, if you are hired as a testing consultant, or your role will be confined to only the testing part, or later they might change the roles according to the need in the project. It all depends again. So just to give you an overview of expectations of how the job would be like, I just explained it in the 3 different ways. That's all.
So the person doing implementation is also like he will be also doing testing, or there will be a team doing that.
So normally, as I said, implementation and testing team will be the same.
Okay.
So there will be separate teams also if the project needs. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Understood. Do you have any other question on this testing part? Anybody else have any other questions in this? So may it be any role, you will be working on Microsoft Dynamics only, and you will be, if you are implementing, you have to configure the tool. If you are supporting, you have to understand the already made configurations and the issue, and you have to understand how to resolve the issue. When it comes to testing, you have to work on the same tool again. You have to test the already configured tool and scenarios, whether it is working efficiently or results are perfect or not. So it all depends on the role that you would take up. So for every role, you have to learn the Dynamics tool, and if you learn learn the aspect that I teach in this course, you will fit into any of this role and you can work on. So again, if there are any customizations other than standard things that we learn in this course, you will be taught you will be given induction in the project, and you will be briefed in the project to work on it. No worries with that. Okay, it's entirely the second part. So completing the course and joining the job is the second part. So getting over in the job or dealing with the job is again secondary. So as I say, if you learn the course perfectly, it will be easy for you to work in any role, no problem. I'll extend my support even after you join the job, or any of my friends will extend you the support. If you're joining a job will be tough to handle, or any problems you face in the job in the early stages, no problem. That's one. And if you have any doubts, just let me know. Else I'll get to the next one, the course pattern. So I have this course content, actually I have designed it. So we will learn multiple modules here. So we have organization administration, general ledger module, a lot of topics in general ledger, cash and bank management, accounts payable, accounts receivable, fixed assets, and budgeting module. Lately we have something related to inventory and product information management. You have to learn this too as well, because it's important for you in the perspective of job and also in the interview process. So I'll teach the other modules as well. These two are into supply chain, actually. I'll teach them as well. And we have two important workspaces, feature management and data entities. So we will also look into this concept. So I forgot to explain you one small thing, actually. So in Dynamics, again, we discussed about functional consultant, right? So there is different pattern of, we have finance separately, or finance modules we have separately. Then we have supply chain. So supply chain mostly deal with procurement, buying and selling. Buying and selling of goods and maintaining the inventory, and all these things will be dealt by supply chain team. Then we have trade and logistics and production team. So this team will mostly deal with production activities and the manufacturing industry production activities. All this team will deal with that. Then we have retail module separately. So this is entirely for separate sector of companies, retail industry. There are also consultants in retail. So there will be functional consultants in each place in business. Sriyari, do you have any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay. Just muting you, okay? So we have finance modules as well as supply chain modules, trade and logistics, production modules, and retail modules in Dynamics. I'll show you the tool now. So I'll just close this form. This is how the Dynamics interface looks like in the initial front page, company name as well as calendar and other details. So here, if I scroll down, I have different modules: accounts payable, receivable, budgeting, audit, cash and bank, common, consolidations. So there are multiple modules here. So in this, few of them are into finance and operations, other are into supply chain, few into production, So we have production control for production, as well as for retail we have retail modules, and sales and marketing also is useful for retail. So for only for finance and operations we have major modules compared to other supply chain and other modules or other course structure. So they in projects normally you will have consultants in finance separately and supply chain separately and production separately and retail separately. If the company is into retail, you will have retail consultants separately. So what we will learn in this course is these modules and the topics within these modules. There are many of them actually. It will take 60 classes for me to complete this, each day 1 hour. 60 hours definitely is needed, and there may be some extension if it possible. If you want to learn more, I'll teach you more if it is okay, and you can practice it parallelly and you can keep on learning, no problem with that. So nobody would in the market is teaching this much of huge course structure. It's fast. I'll share with you once the completion of this in the Skype only. And so the various modules we will learn here in here is, as I said, I show you, I'll share with you also. There is also few modules to be added. So in the course pattern, how we will learn is, first is we will learn configurations, how we have to deal with the tool or design the tool, or what are the how various configurations work. We will learn how to configure the tool, and then we will learn about the process activities. Process activities are like how normally in each and every module you have process activities, how to post a journal, how to allocate the amounts, how to create a purchase order, how to invoice it, how to settle it, how to make payments, how to make sales orders and invoices. So all these are activities. How to manage your fixed assets, calculate depreciations, post them. So how to do all these activities and their cash and bank reconciliation, how to do that bank reconciliations, and how to print checks and configure checks. So all these are activities. So these activities we will see in the process activities step. Firstly, configurations we will learn. Lately we will learn process activities. Once after configurations are done in the module, we'll go for the process activities. Once the process activities are done, we'll go for the results and reports. Results and reports. There are a lot of reports that are available in Dynamics. Dynamics is really famous for the kind of reports it have inbuilt. Whenever the data is saved, wherever it is saved, we can simply generate a report accordingly, and we can extract the data out of Dynamics. And Dynamics does have integration with most of the normally used documents like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PDF, XML, CSV format. So you can export or import data into Dynamics anytime using any of these formats. If you just have to categorize it in or present the data in a pattern that Dynamics accepts. Okay, so it's we have direct integration because all these products are Microsoft related only. Excel, Word, and XML, CSV all are Microsoft products only. We also have Power BI. We can also integrate Power BI, and Microsoft Dynamics directly have inbuilt Power BI, which generates some reports accordingly. So for this preparation of report, there are certain Power BI features also that are included in Dynamics. So we will learn our course in this pattern. Firstly, we learn configurations in each module, then different process activities in each module, and results and reports. So while I teach the course, during the configuration as well as process time, I'll also add you the real-time scenarios. What are that are used in implementation, what happens in implementation, and what happens in support projects, what kind of support issues you may get according to that configuration or related to that configuration or in each process. So I'll teach accordingly. And later, once after completion of process activities, at the end of each module, we will learn what are the various important inquiries and reports we have in that module. So this is the course pattern we are going to learn. Then I have shown you already the modules we are going to learn. I'll share with you the content. That's okay. I'll save it once. So if you have any doubts in this, just let me know until here, or any other doubts related to the previous topics we have discussed, you can ask me. I can explain you. So I am planning for the daily this time only 8 to 9. it's only for 1 hour on each every day, and if we don't have any class on any day, I'll just inform you in WhatsApp. I'll create a group for in WhatsApp as well. Be 1 day before only I'll inform. And if somebody is absent on another day, we can record the session so that if you're absent, you can follow the session. And regarding installing the tool and all, you can get it installed from Ameerpet. I'll give you the contact if you want, or there are also online servers available. I'm not sure how much they are seeking or how much they are demanding for a monthly basis. We will again connect on that particular topic. You missed the starting 10 minutes, no problem. We have the recording already. You can go through the recording after the completion of the class, no problem. If you want me to repeat, normally there is nothing to repeat, just an introduction for ERP and various ERPs available in the market and how dynamics have evolved. So you can go through the recording of first 10 minutes. Once after completion of the class, you will find the recording video. Okay. Or if you want to share it with anyone else, you can share it and ask them to follow. And let me know if you have any doubts in this until here, or I can also explain you in Telugu if you want, if you doesn't understand, or if you want me to explain it in elaboratively. At any time, I know Telugu, Hindi and English, so it's not a problem for me to explain in any language. Once you find it difficult, I can switch the language and explain you in that language too. So let me see. Okay, so anybody have any doubts? Just put on your doubts and we can discuss now. Sandeep, okay, no doubts. Okay, thank you. And so I just want to ask all of you that if you would be available from tomorrow, or can we start this from Monday? It's up to you. So for the first 2 classes, you don't need dynamics. I mean, first 1 class at least you don't need dynamics. For the second class, you need to practice, right? So you need to have dynamics installed. So it might take some time for all of you to install it or to get the online tool. Let me know if you need some time, or else you can get it installed in the weekend, or we can start the class and you can practice the 2 days class in the weekend, or rightly it just takes less time only. It's up to you. You can write your opinion here in the chat. Accordingly, we can follow either Monday or tomorrow. You can write just tomorrow or Monday, so that according to the number of votes we can continue. Then, so it's normally an online server. You will be given a link, and then you will have the login credentials, the user ID and password to log in. But if you get it installed in Ameerpet so what happens is it will be with you forever. So nobody can access this tool, or I got it installed 3 years back. So he will keep all the dump file. Technically, you can also run any code if you want in this, because you have installed everything in system. So you can run the codes, or you can start and stop the services, certain services. So everything will be in your hand if you get it installed from Ameerpet. If you buy online link for some amount for some 6 months and all, you can practice it normally on that online link. It doesn't take 6 months. It normally take 2 to 3 months, and after completion, of course, you can practice it for a few months, and then you can, when you go into job, you will again have your own tool in the job, or you have these practice tools in job normally, testing tools, environments. Else, if you want it for permanently in your system, you can get it installed in Ameerpet, and you can use it on daily basis. I mean, it will be with you forever. So you can take the numbers, or how you can get it installed. You can contact the references that you have referred you to this class. They will only guide you through, and if they have any issues, I'll guide them through. No problem. I think that would be all to stress on. If you have any doubts or questions, you can put on the questions. Else we are already nearing to 9. We can close the session after that. So I'll just go by names. So, Saideep, I think you have to review the session once again. If you have, after reviewing, if you have any doubts, you can put on. Lohit, do you have anything to discuss? Someone pasted here, Srihari as technical consultants. Srihari, do you have any doubts on what technical consultant role do you? Okay. Else, Sai, Susila, if you have any doubts on Praveen, Bala, Srihari.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay. Naveen. Or anybody else here? Pavan, I see you raising hand. You have any doubt?
I have one question, but I'm not sure if it might look trivial actually.
Vishwa.
It might be default, I think.
Yeah, Vishwa, you can put on the question. Be a bit loud. Just please ask the question.
For me, it was very nice, and thank you for a good introduction on Microsoft Dynamics.
No problem. You're welcome. So I can confidently say that there are a lot of opportunities in business, and if you learn, you can easily get into the job. That's for now, at least for next 10 to 15 years, Dynamics will definitely have scope in the market, and it is evolving like anything. So for the next 1 to 2 years, you will have huge demand for Dynamics consultant jobs. So you can try it anytime once you learn it. Up to you. Any other questions? Bala, do you have any question?
Yeah, I just want to ask this question, but I'm not sure if it might sound trivial.
No worries. Please ask it.
What makes Microsoft Dynamics different from SAP HANA? Just you have mentioned it, right?
Well, that's an interesting question, and yes, there are huge differences between HANA and Dynamics. So HANA is also now being worked on cloud basis. So from last 1 or 2 years, I think they have brought it into cloud. And Microsoft Dynamics from starting is being into cloud, and it's a cloud manager system. So now there is similarity of cloud management here. So what happens in Dynamics is it's a user-friendly tool, or as I can say, cloud manager system. What happens when a user travels to any other country in the world, he can normally get to the link and access with his ID and password. It's normally like any social website. You can just log into the web link and log in with user ID and password. Next thing is it's cost efficient comparing to HANA. Normally for SAP projects, you need a vast team and you need to invest a lot of money as well as efforts, at least of time for 1 to 2 years of time, or more than 2 years of time. They will, depending upon the structure or size of the business. Whereas when it comes to Dynamics, the projects used to be really simple or comparatively better or easier than SAP HANA or other ERPs. And it's cost efficient to the clients, so they're opting for this, and user friendly, easy to train the users, and the interface look is also better compared to the other ERPs.
Okay.
And various reports that are available, and the integrations, that's the most important thing. So you can integrate Dynamics with lot of market tools or private integrated tools that we have for bringing in the data, or sending, exporting the data, making any online payments, anything.
It means that if an organization is already using some sort of a taxation tool, and it will be easy for them to integrate that with
Yes.
Microsoft Dynamics. Okay.
Yes. So in the project that I am working in, I don't disclose the name, but
yeah,
they have their private integration. So they have a lot of transactions on a daily basis, almost some thousands of transactions. So they have an internal tool. So their users record transactions in that internal tool, and they will be imported into Dynamics regularly. I mean, today's transactions will be imported by tomorrow early morning into Dynamics. They will again reconcile the imported data and look in if everything is brought in properly, and check on daily basis. And if there are any problems, it will be again resolved by the evening time. So
Resolve means like how it happens actually. I mean, can we alter already transactions that have already happened in the Dynamics?
So if you have posted, you can reverse it and you can post the correct transaction. Not usual, right? You can't delete or change anything that
Yeah,
is
that is
posted.
that is
Mm.
that is
So what is the difference between SAP and Dynamics? That's something that I have explained until now. No, the same. I mean, both of them are ERPs used for the same purpose, but the configurations and the process activities slightly differ. And there are certain advantages in Dynamics compared to SAP. SAP does have good market capture, and but there are a lot of demand. I mean, lot of supply of SAP consultants in the market compared to Dynamics. So that's all. That thing is only discussing. Okay, someone said here already. Send me section which is recorded by user. Okay. It will be available now in this chat box only. Once I stop recording, you can go through it and you can forward it to anyone if you want. Pawan. Okay. So that's a slight difference between, and there are certain advantages comparing Dynamics. Actually, it's more like, does anybody have any idea about how the Nokia Lumia mobiles used to work? The window structure of a Nokia Lumia mobile, kind of same pattern we have here in this. When we have a yes and no options, enabling, disabling options, almost kind of same we have. If you see this also, you can remember that mobile pattern. It's kind of the same. Dynamics is also available for mobile app, so there is mobile app for Dynamics as well. So slightly less features comparing to the web version. So like just like in Facebook, if you log in web, you will have different look, and in mobile you will have a different look, right? So same way we also have Dynamics mobile app. And so it's now booming in market. Actually, most of them are who previously worked with the SAP and Oracle also now shifting into Dynamics because of its user-friendly thing and cost efficiency for maintenance purpose. And Microsoft does provide support quickly. So support projects in Microsoft, I worked in one of the support projects in Microsoft. So they take very seriously, and they work on SLA basis. Once the query is created, within 1 hour or 2-3 hours, they will try to provide the solution as immediately as possible, depending on the severity of the issue. So that's one thing that Microsoft is prominent in, supporting its clients on quick manner. And any other doubts? Briefly explain about technical consultant. So you want a brief explanation about technical consultant. So technical consultant does have some process knowledge about how the system works and how the activities been involved. They also have the backend system knowledge. So on what are the different tables available in Dynamics, how data is saved in Dynamics. If there is any development has to be done or design has to be changed from one way to other way, technical consultants will develop a code or create a kind of code package, and they will import that package into the standard tool, and that newly developed thing will also be, or newly developed features will also be added to the standard Dynamics tool. So that's what technical consultants do. If there are any bugs in the system after this development, they will work on fixing these bugs, as well as if there is any other technical aspects or data corruptions are done, they will work with the developing a new code which would change this corrupted data or erase the data or change the field names and all. So that will be worked by technical consultants. So they also have certain process knowledge, but not as deep as functional consultant. So if you ask technical consultant about the accounting entry that was posted, he could not explain. In the same way, functional consultant doesn't have knowledge on what is a code and how the code has to be developed or how the code has to be run and all. That will be dealt by technical consultants.
So is there any scope of techno-funk kind of thing?
Yes, there is scope. If you are well equipped with coding knowledge also, there is scope that you can learn to find functional as well as technical,
So
both of them. So if you learn functional first, you will have good idea about the design of the system and how it functions. Later, if you have the technical knowledge or learn coding and developing process as well, or debugging process, then it's easy for you to grow into the market as a techno-functional consultant. So techno-functionals do have a lot of demand in market. And now we have opportunities around various countries. So Dynamics is being prominently used in US and Canada. Firstly, major capture of Dynamics is in US and Canada because you know how Microsoft is popular in US and Canada. Then European clients, there are a lot of European clients that are using from various countries. But in European market, the features slightly differ from one country to another country. You know, they have certain rules and regulations according to their country's tax structure as well as accounting patterns. But on a whole, accounting is same around the world. The debits and credits are almost the same. Just the gap principles change and the methods that they follow will slightly differ. That's all. Also in the Asian market, in India, now most of the companies are moving for using Dynamics. Most of them are opting. Most of the hospital businesses are now working on Dynamics only. Then service sector companies are opting for Dynamics. Retail sectors are also opting for Dynamics. In India, China, Vietnam, Korea, Japan. So in a lot of the Asian countries also they are using Dynamics. In Australia, New Zealand as well they have. If you get chances abroad, you can also go for. In most of them also work in Dubai and Middle East. So Middle East projects used to be slightly easy compared to other projects. Please explain about job roles. I think I have explained properly about job roles. So job roles, as I said, we are for this course we are learning for finance function consultant. So finance function consultant, what he does is in implementation, what he does is they will be given certain activities of implementation. So to configure a module or to configure certain modules, so you have to configure them accordingly. Once the configurations are done, so you will test the configurations if it is working properly or not, or if you missed anything in the configurations, you will test them. And we will also write any documentations or test cases according to how the system has to be designed. Some documents you have to write, or once after design of the system, how the process is running, you can also write some documents that will be useful for the end users who work on that process. Testing consultants also can be involved in implementation. As said, once after the configurations are done or development is done, they will do testing and write the test cases. So test cases will be there. Run this test case. There will be multiple test cases like given in the document. So according to the test cases, they will test the tool and write down the results. If it is working fairly or results are as expected, they will write the results are like this. I have tested this, results are this and all. If the results are not fair, they will escalate it to the developer team saying that results are not proper or fine. You have to relook into these configurations or check with this development once again. So they will fix it and again ask you to test it, and you have to again give the confirmation that it is working fine. So testing person's role is confined to that. Or if they will ask you regarding any report or any other process, how this process works, you have to test and make them understand that this is how it works. That's all. So then we have support. Under support, what happens is already implemented tool, so clients will work on already implemented tools on their regular day-to-day business activities. If they have certain queries or issues, or if somebody disables a configuration, they will face an issue and they don't have any idea about what is the effect of it. Later, once they face any difference in their business process or it's not working properly, they will consult you or approach that support consultant. Support consultant have to analyze what is their problem and what are the various configurations involved behind that process and what is causing this issue. That's all. You have to suggest them a solution or a workaround to again for them to continue with their business fairly, or you have to resolve the business stoppage problem of the client. So there will be multiple kind of issues that will arise in support. Once you learn the tool, you will understand what are the different issues they may face. I'll explain you a few of the business scenarios in support role. I'll explain a lot of you actually. I have worked on multiple of them. No problem with that. So it slightly varies. The job roles will vary from project to project and role to role. So you will be named as functional consultant only in any role, but the job process will differ. That's all. You will, whenever you join the job, you will be given KT or knowledge training about how their internal process works, and how you have to imply that internal process to Dynamics and work accordingly, or adapt to the situation of the company or project and work accordingly. That's here. Any other doubts on this, CRE? Or anybody have any doubts else? Okay, welcome. And that would be all. I'll just save this, and I'll just stop the recording so you can access the recording. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you. Thank you.